social media just creates this huge recipe for disaster in it. It makes us tired. It makes us feel like we're not enough. It makes us reactive. And all of this starts to create this storm in your head. At least 6, maybe 8 months ago, I completely deleted all social media from my phone. It completely changed how I'm homeschooling. I wasn't being the calm, present, engaged mom that I really wanted to be. That's because my brain was being hijacked by social media and completely rewired in a few different ways. I was distracted, overwhelmed, fatigued, reactive, and I wasn't enjoying homeschooling or motherhood like I thought I would and like I used to. I even kept feeling like I would never be enough. Hi, I'm Janelle, homeschooling mom of 4 and Integrative Nutrition Health Coach. I'm super nerdy, so I started diving into the neuroscience and figuring out what was really happening to my brain. And then it all made sense why I wasn't being who I knew I truly was. I thought I was going to really enjoy homeschooling, but I kept finding myself just feeling bored and numb with it all, and I knew that wasn't going to fly if I wanted my kids interested in their lessons. The heartbreaking truth is social media hijacks our dopamine pathways, and our brain actually starts to rewire and require more dopamine than is naturally provided in the real world. And so you need these artificial levels of dopamine just to feel okay. And so what happens is the real world starts to feel dull and numb and boring. And this is why we are just suddenly reaching for our phones anytime things get quiet or stressful, because we know that the phone is going to give us that dopamine hit. And the more you give it, the more it's going to require just to feel normal. Sadly, this can lead to feeling very depressed and anxious. And now with dopamine hit after dopamine hit after dopamine hit as you scroll, simply cuddling with your child on the couch, reading a book, or sharing a meal with your family no longer feels stimulating or like it's enough. You can't find joy in those simple pleasures anymore. This is one of the first reasons I deleted all social media from my phone, to enjoy the small things again. I also learned that our brain can only handle so many decisions in a day. Have you ever heard of decision fatigue? I'm sure you have. This is real, and this is why you can make really good decisions in the morning and really bad decisions at night. You only have so many good decisions you can make in a day, and then it just starts to get worse and worse and worse until you finally go back to sleep and you can restart the next day. So what happens with social media is, as we scroll, every headline we read, every picture we look at, every video we watch, we're making decisions. Do I like this? How do I feel about this? Do I want to like it? Do I want to comment on it? Do I want to share it? You can make 20 decisions on one piece of content. And how many pieces of content are you seeing in 10 minutes? You could make hundreds of decisions in 10 minutes. And that's why sitting on your phone to take a break and recharge is actually just exhausting you. It might just be the root of your fatigue. No wonder you have nothing left to help solve a math problem or deal with another mess. Your brain is already exhausted. Your decision bank has already been spent. So I decided to quit and save my brain power for my family. The other thing I noticed was I was becoming very reactive, very snappy. I didn't have much patience. And now I do have a 3-year-old who is absolutely extra. What I learned about social media is that it's training your brain and rewiring it to be reactive. This is kind of like the decision making, but with social media, it's deeper because it wants you to react quickly. Content creators and these web development teams study psychology, and they study what gets you to react and what gets you to react quickly to get your attention as fast as they can. There's something called the 3-second rule, where they try to get your attention and hook you in within 3 seconds. And when you're making those decisions, you're also judging. This causes reactivity. It causes defensiveness in you. You're not just making decisions, you are making judgments. And what does social media know gets attention? Fear. Things that are on the extreme ends get people's attention, get people fighting. So content creators specifically create content to be triggering. And the web developers want you constantly reacting. So they've designed these specifically so that it's easy for you to hit that like button, easy for you to comment and share your opinion and disagree and fight with other people. And maybe your algorithm isn't that, but you're always still judging. For example, Facebook was really like that for me. It was very, very negative. But my Instagram, I thought I could keep that because it wasn't fear-mongering on my Instagram. But this leads me to my next point of never feeling like I'm enough. I think we all know that Instagram is the picture-perfect side of social media, right? And so even though my Instagram was full of homesteaders and people with family compounds living together were spending time in nature, I got comparisonitis, and it made me feel like my life wasn't enough and I would never be enough. If you have these perfect homeschoolers on your Instagram, maybe that's happening to you, where you feel like, oh my goodness, I don't have the perfect Waldorf setup, I don't have the beautiful chalk drawings, I don't have the perfect manipulatives for Montessori, my homeschool is a disaster, all I have is some printables and some workbooks, I'm terrible at this. And we can spiral and shame ourselves into never feeling enough. And so you can see how social media just creates this huge recipe for disaster in it. It makes us tired. It makes us feel like we're not enough. It makes us reactive. And all of this starts to create this storm in your head. And now, even when you're not on social media, it has taken away your presence. Now, I have ADHD. This might be worse for me than it is for you. But I couldn't stop thinking about all the things. Whether it was something negative or something positive. I couldn't quit thinking about that horrible story. Or I couldn't quit thinking about how that woman grew all her food for her kids and mine was probably sprayed with pesticides even though it says organic. I couldn't stop thinking about all of those things. And I remember one night my husband and I were at the dinner table and our whole conversation was, yeah, I saw this one video and I saw this video and I saw this video and I read this comment and I read this post. And every sentence that came out of our mouth started with what we saw on social media. And I realized we were losing connection. That's when I decided I was deleting it all. I was done. And I can say that things are amazing now. We are doing great with our morning routines of a healthy breakfast and moving our bodies and getting our schoolwork done. And I can be more present and focused and engaged with them. I'm not judging myself so harshly. My brain is starting to feel like my brain again. And some of the things that I thought were my ADHD taking over was actually the social media. I definitely still have ADHD symptoms, but I'm not feeling so quite insane about it anymore. I'm feeling much more grounded and much more in control of my life now that I have ditched it. My inner peace is back. I feel like myself again. Homeschooling requires a next level of us. It requires that next level presence and focus and patience. It requires us to be cognitively disciplined. So if you're feeling a little bit out of control with your homeschool, I hope this helps and maybe you'll realize it's the social media, not because homeschooling is simply too much. Give it a try. Let me know how it goes. Those first few weeks were a little bit hard. I kept wanting to reach for my phone, but then I started to play with my kids more and every little thing that they did actually started to feel good again, and helping my kids learn a new math skill started to feel good again. Not only did I have the patience and the presence to do it, but seeing the light bulb and seeing the connection in their brain, I could feel that fulfillment and joy again. And so it created these synergistic things that just made homeschooling 10 times easier, 10 times better, 10 times more fulfilling now that my brain wasn't being hijacked by social media. I finally became that present, joyful, calm, patient mom I wanted to be. If you're kind of on this journey of taking control back of your life, your brain, and really find that flow, focus, and joy in your homeschool again, I've created a community and a course, Health First Homeschool. And what I've done is I've made that community and the first module of my course completely free for you. That first module is Morning Mastery. And in that, what you'll find is an entire lesson on leadership and communication and mindset skills for you. Then you'll find a lesson on the exact 5-phase protocol morning routine we use to induce focus and enhance learning. This is a fully science-backed morning routine. You're going to get all the juicy science in there. In another lesson, you're going to get a mini training on how you can really pass those morning routine skills down to your kids and help them learn the magic of self-care and self-control so that they can pursue their passions, and whatever path they choose in life, they know how to really care for themselves and sustain themselves on that path. These are the foundational skills in life that we all need. That's why I've created this Health First Homeschool community, and I really hope to hear your story there. The link is in the description below. That first module and the community is completely free. I can't wait to hear from you and meet you there.